Om Shanti. 18th July 2018, Wednesday. Today's blessing is: may you be a carefree emperor who is free from all worries, because you can see the line of elevated fortune on your forehead. The sovereignty of being carefree is the most elevated sovereignty of all sovereignties. If someone wears a crown and sits on the throne but constantly worries, then is that throne or worry? God, the bestower of fortune, has drawn the line of elevated fortune on your forehead, and so you have become a carefree emperor. So constantly see the line of elevated fortune on your forehead. Vah, my elevated godly fortune. Keep this spiritual intoxication and all worries will finish. Baba is telling us to maintain this intoxication of being carefree emperor. This is the greatest of all the sovereignty, Badshaahi. If someone wears a crown and sits on a throne but constantly worry, so that will not be a Taj or Takht but a worry. God, who is the bestower of fortune, Bhagya Vidhata, has drawn the line of elevated fortune on your forehead, and so you have become a carefree emperor. So constantly see the line of elevated fortune on your forehead. Always sing the song, Vah, my elevated godly fortune. With this spiritual intoxication, all your worries will finish. So, Befikr, Badshah or carefree emperor. This is what Baba wants us to become. If suppose somebody is a king and that king is constantly worrying, so he won't be called as carefree emperor. Rather, Baba is saying, is that a kingdom or that is a worry? Is that a throne or that is a worry? What is it? Because God, who is Bhagya Vidhata, has drawn the line of elevated fortune. So always maintain that spiritual intoxication. So Baba doesn't want us to live this life in stress, in tension, in worrying, in anxiety, in fears, in thinking about things, in repenting for that has happened in the past, or worrying about those things which have yet not transpassed. So Baba is also giving the example of a king who is always worrying. There was a king and who used to fall sick time and again, and he would live his life in a state of constant worry, and he had consulted numerous doctors but to no avail. And once an old man came and he said to him that you will get rid of all your worries, all your illnesses, sicknesses only if you happen to wear the coat of a person who is the happiest man on this earth. So immediately the king orders his soldier to find out the happiest man on this earth. And first of all he sends all his soldiers to those who are very rich in his kingdom. So the soldiers start going from one place to another, meeting one rich man and another rich man. But every time they meet a rich person, they find out that that rich person is not happy. there is something or other, some or other reason which is making that rich man unhappy. So the process goes on and on and on, and they couldn't find a single rich man in the entire country, because though they were rich men and they had a lot of coats to wear, but they were not happy, so they come empty-handed. So ultimately they try to search other people in his kingdom. So they start visiting villages and other small places and meeting ordinary people. Once they were soldiers were camping somewhere, so they happened to hear some flute voice. So they go there and they find that there was a shepherd who is very poor and is playing his flute, and there was a melodious music and he appeared very happy. So the soldiers ask him, "Are you the happiest man on this earth?" So he says, "I am very happy, but I don't know whether on this earth I am happy. There might be many other happy people on this earth, but I am definitely very happy." So immediately the soldiers tell him, "Please give us your coat, because we want your coat, because once your coat is worn by king, he would become free from all illnesses and worries." But this person says, "I don't have coat." He is the happiest man, but he doesn't have coat. So the soldiers come back and they report, "Okay, we have found the happiest person, but he does not possess any coat." Suddenly, some realization comes to that king, why I am so unhappy and why I keep on suffering from something or other. Probably it is that sense of dissatisfaction with existing things. That shepherd is called and he is asked, "Why you are so happy?" And he says, "I am very happy because I am very contented. I don't need anything. Whatever I have, that's enough for me." So it was that sense of contentment and it was that sense of self-satisfaction that was responsible for his happiness. And the king realizes this, that in spite of possessing such a huge kingdom, I am a king but only for the name's sake. What is the use of such throne and such crown when I am beset with so many worries and stresses and tensions of life? So Baba is telling us a beautiful thing. Who are you? Do you have that throne, that crown, or you have worry? So this is an important question, though we conduct courses on stress management, how to get rid of worry, how to lead a peaceful life, how to lead a life where there is no sorrow, no stress, no anxiety, no fear. But can we say that we ourselves, all the Brahmin souls, are free from all worries? There should be a new topic like this: stress management in Brahmins. How to do stress management in Brahmin souls, those who have realized God. Are they definitely free from worry? The answer would be no. Worry is that channel, that river that flows through every mind. And how to get rid of this, discreetly get rid of it, is a big question. So what should we do to get rid of worry in this Brahmin life? Arvind bhai, stress management in Brahmin life. We have done stress management courses. We do stress management courses. But stress management of Brahmins, what to do for this? What? Follow the track of? Tact of? Which? Okay, so instrument. Okay, this is a good thing. Because whilst doing seva, Maya enters. The moment we become egoistic and we think that only we are doing things, others are not doing. Just as a good example of that is a man who was a farmer and he sees a land, a dilapidated land, a farm, and that farm was there, nobody was doing any agricultural thing there, and he thinks, let me work hard on this farm and let me harvest and grow some good crop, and he starts working. So the preacher of the church, the father, he happens to pass by that way and he gives him blessing. This land is dried land, parched up land of no use. So he says to that farmer, may you and God work together and convert this farm, this dried up land, into a good farm. And he goes away. The farmer keeps on working very hard for months together, and ultimately he is successful in bringing out good crop, a good harvest, and the entire dilapidated or that parched up land converts into a fertile land. So again that preacher, that father of the church comes, and he is surprised to see how beautiful this land has become. So he says, so ultimately God and you became successful in transformation of this land. So the farmer says, yeah, but do you know how this land was when God was working alone? We too worked together and converted the land, but do you realize what was the land when he was working alone on this farm? So the ego catches the minds of man so easily. He doesn't want to give credit to God also. He wants to keep all the credit to himself. So service, there should be feeling of being an instrument. So this worry or stress will not be there. Next, stress management in Brahmin life. What to do?
Whatever we see in this world is temporary. It is perishable, it is destructible.
Okay. So always maintain the awareness that whatever we see here is temporary, momentary. It's for a time being. So that will develop a sort of detachment. Because one of the causes of worry is deep sense of attachment to all the karmas. To realize that this world is transitory. It's not going to last long, and whatever we do here is something that we need not to get attached. So yes, so you can say detachment or the awareness of the transitory nature of this world keeps you away from this world. So that induces a sense of detachment and you gradually go away from worry. Then what else? Drama. Drama is fixed, drama is accurate, whatever is happening is as per the drama plan, and I need not to get disturbed because this drama is beneficial. There is benefit in each and every circumstance, so I need not to get disturbed. So drama, the knowledge of drama, keeps one unshakable, immovable. Then what else? Positivity. So in the drama it is included, but still the sense of positivity keeps one manage stress. Because if you see the anatomy of stress is filled with negativity. Stress is filled with negative thoughts. All negative thoughts, all negative feelings, all negative memories induce stress. Whatever that happened in the past, and we have that negativity bias. So that will induce stress in Brahmin life. What else? So be positive. Then fifth. That was the first. What else? Otherwise, stress management in Brahmin life. Brahmins are full of stress. What to do? Keep the goal in front of your eyes. Whatever is the goal, keep that goal in front of your eyes. But sometimes that goal itself can cause stress because we are not reaching the goal. Huh? Just as the man was there and he used to have lot of stress. So he found out a way of stress management. So the doctor asked him, how did you manage your stress? Last time you were so stressful. He says, I have developed a new habit. What I do, I go to the temple and whatever footwear, chappals and sandals are outside the temple, I just do it here and there. and I just go out and I watch. Once the people come out of the temple, they keep on they are so worried and finding about their chappal and their footwear, and seeing them stressful, I enjoy. This is how I have tried to manage my stress. So once you do ulta pulta, everything, then you start enjoying. So transfer your stress to others. So let them become stressful and we become stress free. Any other way of managing stress in Brahmins, those Brahmins who know the three aspects of trines, those who have become Baba's child, those who are giving stress management courses, anger management courses and time management courses to others. We are talking of those who already believe in Supreme Soul. They are stressful. They are believing, that's why not only they have surrendered their entire life and they are here or with the Supreme since 10 years, 20 years, 30 years and 40 years. We are not talking of worldly souls who are having stress. We are talking of those Brahmins who are what is known as Pakka Brahmins, who are very deep-rooted Brahmins. They are stressful. How to manage their stress? Those who give stress management courses to others. What else? They are Trikaldarshi already. They know. They give classes on karma philosophies. What you thought? They have not given stresses to Baba. What else? They teach how to give all the stress. I told they teach stress management, so they know already all the techniques. But still they are stressful. Now how to manage their stress? You know, the workload can cause stress. Multitasking causes stress. No matter, a person, he does everything, but if he is giving too much work, too much involvement, that also causes stress. Suppose one person is there and he is given 10 tasks. He has to manage some conference and he has to manage transport and he has to manage registrations and he has to manage accommodation and he has to manage food and he has to manage phone calls. So naturally that person would become stressful. So avoid multitasking for stress management. Have proper routine. If suppose a person is missing in Amrit Vela every day for 5 consecutive days, the next 6th day he will start feeling stressful about the Purusharth only. So stress about the Purusharth, and that stress will increase because he is not able to do. So this is how the stress works. So there are not just about the knowledge, it's about the dincharya, it's about the time management, it's about saying no. Because Haji is the most celebrated Srimat in this yagya. And everybody gives talks on Haji. But then there has to be Naji also somewhere. And when you should have the courage to say no. When you know that you are not going to do something. Because when you say yes and then later on you don't do, you are caught. So that should not be there. So this is a good topic. Stress management.
As a housewife, I put the multitasking.
Yeah.
That is too much.
Yeah.
Avoid the reach of it.
So, everybody, even though one doesn't want, is already doing multitasking. But then, how efficiently you do that multitasking is another thing. It is never that one person will have single tasks. Here, each of us is already doing multitasking. Each of us is doing at least 10 different things. But then, the question is, how peaceful we are during multitasking. How we have trained our mind to do that multitasking. It's not that we see ourselves most of the time, see the patient and who is very sick and very serious, and talk with the relatives and do 100 things, then go and give class, and then immediately after the class go and see him again. But then how you can separate yourself from that one task and you jump to the another task. This is very important, detachment, because we get attached to success, to praises, to appreciations. How you detach yourself from that and immediately shift to another. Or at the same time, one has to manage phone calls, one has to do some writing work, one has to talk with people, but these all things induce stress, and there has to be some period of silence in between, some period of detachment, some space. Otherwise you cannot continue at a stretch for a very long time. If you are told 5 days is okay, but you are told keep on doing the same thing for months and years together, you will end up in depression. You can't do this. So there has to be some break, even in the multitasking, even if one has to do. The first thing is, first of all, to avoid. For multitasking reduces concentration. So this is all about today's blessing. So the topic is stress management in Brahmins. Think on this. Om Shanti.